What's going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and today we're going to talk about the 1-star strategy. Who wants 1 stars, you ask? Well, you might be in a situation like this where me as a Town Hall 8, there's not much more I can do in this war. But if I can take a star on one of the top bases, that has a number of positives. It gives me more loot. Now that might be your sole reason for going for the 1-star strategy. It also ensures that we get the clan experience for defeating this base. And it frees up some of our higher guys' attacks, where they might feel more confident in getting the 3-star on, say, a lower base. Now, as a Town Hall 8 against a Town Hall 10 or 11, it's not rocket science. You're not going to be able to use this on every base. You have to be selective. There has to be a number of buildings on the outside, or if there's not a lot of buildings on the outside, there have to at least be a fair few that you can snipe off in order to help you pick up that 50%. Now, some people might suggest to just barch these bases. You can. On this one, you would probably get away with it, but it's a much weaker army, a lot easier to mess up, and a lot less consistent. And if it's in war, who cares about how much elixir you spend? So my recommendation is either dragons or just a go-wee style golem and wizards army. That's your 2 strongest armies at Town Hall 8, but the first stage is the same for both of them. And again, this might seem like common sense to some people, but just scout the base. You can see from this one that we're already at 16% purely from taking out the free buildings on the outside. From here, if you're using the dragon technique, you want to use your dragons around the rest of the base, spread them out to take the remaining outside buildings and as many as you can on that initial layer. So you can see that the rage spells aren't used as you traditionally would within the base. They're used on the outside to encompass as many dragons as you can and just push them through buildings as quickly as possible. Now, just a couple of things to note on top of that is to try and use your king, if you can, around the outside so he doesn't have to waste his time going through a wall. Obviously, you want to try and use your dragons for that first layer of buildings within the wall. And also, you need to be careful of where the clan castle is. On this one, fortunately, there were no troops in there, but you want to start from the opposite side and try not to engage it as best you can. Make sure to take out all the buildings you can on the opposite side first so that your troops don't have more things to deal with. Moving on to the next one, I'm scouting the base first, checking the radius of the defences so I can see exactly how many minions and archers I need to take to get them free buildings. I'm going to pop them in first and just wait, just let them buildings go down first because you don't have to worry about time with this strategy, you're not going to run out. You can see as well, just be patient because you might be able to take out multiple buildings with a single minion. Now, taking down these buildings first not only brings your percentage up, it means that when you bring your troops in that are actually going to take damage, they're not wasting hit points taking these buildings out and they can concentrate on the ones where they're in range of the defences, meaning they have a better chance of closing in and taking out buildings behind that initial layer of wall. So you can see that if you decide to use golems and wizards instead of the dragons, you're doing the same thing. You're spreading golems around in order to try and soak up as much damage as you can, spreading wizards around the entirety of the base behind this in order to try and take out them buildings as fast as possible. I like to use heal spells on the golems for this one because it's not really speed that you're trying to encompass like with the dragons. You're trying to keep your high HP troops alive so that your wizards have a little bit more time. And that is basically it on how to get the 1-star on a Town Hall 10 or 11 if you're only a Town Hall 8. Now again, your motives for that might be different. Maybe you're not even in war. Perhaps you're trophy pushing and you're struggling to get the 2 stars. You could use this as more of a failsafe in order to get the 1-star and at least you're not going to lose the raid. Again, this might not happen a lot, but if a situation arises where you do want to attack a Town Hall 10, this is how you might go about it. So once more, scouting the outside of the base, trying to pick off some of them free buildings. You might fail with some of them and just clip the outside ring of the defences, but not to worry if it's literally an archer or a minion and you've got the room to take it, then it's well worth trying if you think you can get it. If you needed to drop a dragon in order to try and risk getting a free building, then it wouldn't be worth it. You could just use the dragon to get it. But if you had dropped a dragon out of your army already in order to take other archers and minions, then it would obviously be worth trying for that extra building. You can see on this one I'm getting to around about 10% with just building snipes, and then I can spread my dragons on the outside. If it's a nice even base like this one, round about 3 dragons on each side with your rage spell, and then a castle dragon along with your king on the other side, means you get a nice even spread around the base. That means that you're going to get all the buildings on the outside, and as your dragons move forward you can see that I'm taking a fair few out from the initial layer as well to easily pick up the 50%, deploying my dragons in a way so that they can take down as much as quickly as possible before the defending dragon comes out, and you can see I'm already at 50% before it even comes into play really. Now if you were doing a traditional attack and then trying to snipe buildings, you would be doing that now because you might have opened up other snipes from taking out defences, but the issue you have with this strategy is that the clan castle, since we're not taking that out, the dragon would move across and start taking our minions out, so that's why it's important you take them free snipes at the beginning. So that wraps up the 1-star strategy as a Town Hall 8 attacking those 10 and 11s. I hope that does help some of you. Make sure to subscribe for more Clash of Clans. I've been your host Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out guys. Stay tuned for more Clash of Clans.